Alright, so it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We just cooked some oatmeal and we're just gonna prepare. So it's great that we have the little stream just here. You can wash hands, wash your face, wash the dishes, you know. So it's a perfect place for camping. It's quite flat and it's been quite cold at night. It's been like maybe I think like under 10 degrees. I had to pull like a scarf over my face. It was that cold.
You have the light on the phone.
And yeah, but for next time we have to buy better sleeping bags, because these sleeping bags that we have here, those two are like only till like 12 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's really not like, even with my jacket I was really cold. So we need to buy sleeping bags till like minus 30, and it's just a little bit weight, a little bit space, but it's much worth it at night. You're gonna sleep comfortably and not, you know. So either you take a big winter jacket and you sleep in that, or you take a bigger sleeping bag. So it's your choice.
Let me show you something.
Okay, so we just had a breakfast and now we're gonna pack the tent and hopefully we can get out of here by 10 and then make it to Beljanica before 12 hopefully, and then we're gonna go 2 more hours down and have lunch, so let's do it. And here I'm checking the ground if we didn't forget something, like the stakes from the tent, any other small items that we might have overlooked. And actually one of the shepherds came to us, started talking to he met some German mountain bikers here before, and he found a lot of mushrooms, the full bag, around the hills over here. So I'll try to look for them as we are ascending to Beljanica. Alright, so we just connected to the main road from here, and now we're just gonna head up on this main road. That guy told us that there is a shortcut through the woods, but I don't know where exactly, so just gonna feel all the ballast here. So this road, if you keep going down where we're camping and more further, you would get to Sladina and Stremosten, where we're pretty much gonna get about the round through Beljanica. And if you keep going this way, you will get to Žagubica. So it's incredible how the temperatures are changing. At night we're freezing in the in the tent, and now it's so hot. I'm thinking about taking my shirt off as well. So just gotta prepare for the cold nights. Like after August and September, especially here in the mountains, it's so much colder at night. But as you can see, during the day the temperatures go up again to over 20 degrees. So you also have to double check your facts. Like we asked the woman down there at the restaurant where the big spring was, if there are some animals like wolves or something, and she said yeah, there are lots of wolves here. They're coming down here, eating sheep just over here, and there are also bears. And then we went more up to ask another guy, and he said that no, not really, there are no wolves, maybe more up, but nobody knows like for sure. And then we asked this guy that lives up here, and he said no, there are no wolves here. so it's just like a legends here and myths that people are talking about.
I think there are wolves. Like people come to hunt wolves here, but it's really rare, so they're not gonna attack you or anything.
So here we got to this crossroad, and there's signs on over there as well, but here we see on the tree as well, so maybe this is some shortcut that we can do. So I think we're gonna try to do over here and see where we get. So according to the map we have around 200 meters of elevation, and I was imagining we're gonna see the Beljanica mountain, like a rocky mountain in front of us all the time. And we pretty much don't see anything, just some little hill up here. Sorry?
On the other side.
Oh, from the other side. Yeah, so we're going from this side. You don't really see the mountain until you're up there pretty much. So let's see what's next. So now we're getting up on these roads, but we don't really see the sign anymore. I just think it's somewhere up here. We see it's more rocky now, and it's cold as well. So hopefully these clouds will go away soon. So it's 11:10. So we're walking for about almost an hour, and we got up to this site. So when it's sunny it's really warm, but when the clouds come it gets quite cold, so hopefully it stays nice and sunny. So we don't see the signs anymore, but Sanya says it's just up here, so hopefully we're gonna connect to the road. So why this hill is called Beljanica is because of these white rocks here. So Beljanica means like a white hill in Serbian. So that's the hill we're sleeping under there. There is lots of logging of woods going on here, and I think they want to make the same thing as down there, just clear it up for grazing the animals. Yeah. So now we're going through these forest roads for cutting woods, and it's pretty much just going around. We're losing lots of time here, so it's not a good decision to go some road where there is no signs, because it's just going around either way. And yeah. Okay, so now we connected to the main road that's connecting to Beljanica, and we miscalculated the direction because Sanya's phone is showing some other direction. So now Beljanica is this way, and I wonder where that road was that was marked. So there's even a fucking car going here, so you can get up here even with a van or something like that, or even a normal car. You can see the road is not too bad here. So I think from Jagubica the road is pretty good, and yeah, that will be good if you can get up here with a bike. I mean, get up here with a van and get down with the bike. So it's 12 o'clock, we're almost up there, have maybe a few hundred meters, maybe 20 minutes up. This is the signal receptor here, and there's even somebody living here. So I think we got up to that hill and then we had to go back down, and the other road was going a totally different way. So as you see, the Beljanica Massif is more flat. You don't have like a really high peaks or deep valleys here. So over here, that's the peak, the highest, but you have also smaller hills around with similar elevation level. Now we got a view on the left of some other mountain range, and there should be also Rtan mountain, the pyramid-like mountain which is higher than Beljanica, but I don't think we see it today as it's too cloudy. Okay, and here we are finally at the top of Beljanica, 1339 meters above sea level, and as you can see, it's not a steep peak at all. Area around here is pretty flat, but I think after this forest there is a cliff of white rocks, so we're gonna see that when we fly a drone. And now we're looking around trying to figure out which way we're gonna go back down, because back down we wanna go some other way that would lead to the Waterfall Veliki Buk, where Sanya's parents gonna pick us up. Okay, now we're gonna fly the drone that we brought it here. I didn't bring it for nothing, but it's a strong wind, so I have to be really careful so I don't lose it. So let's fly and let's see what's around. So at this time I was still not very experienced drone flyer, so I didn't get a closer shots of the Beljanica rocks, but I got a 360 view of the landscape around the Beljanica. You can see the Beljanica massive from the distance. It looks like a big table. So I didn't want to fly very far because if something went wrong, I didn't want to look for a drone in this wilderness. It will be quite a big loss. It's quite expensive, the drone, and the wind was quite strong as well, so I didn't want to risk anything. I think it was still stupid to fly a drone at all because the wind was really strong, and I think it was even showing me on the display to land ASAP. So don't ignore the strong wind warning, because once later in the year I was also flying drone in a strong wind and I literally couldn't get back where I was standing, and I had to emergency land in some bushes and it was hard to find it. And here I'm practicing the point of view mode on the drone, where you set up the height and distance and just set up the speed, and drone just circles around you and you don't have to hold the controller, so it's pretty cool. And now we want to get a shot of Sanya by herself, so I have to hide somewhere behind these rocks so it looks professional. So you see, for example, in this shot doesn't look as professional because you can see me controlling the drone down there. Alright, so we're just flying drone around here, learning how to fly it. It was a strong wind, so now we're just gonna go down. Sanya says that the path keeps going there, but before we should have gotten from over here where we lost the path somewhere in the woods. So it should take down maybe another 4 hours. So we should be down maybe at 5 together with the lunch break. So in 1 hour we should already sit down and have a lunch, but I'm not sure if we're gonna make it to a water stream or not. Alright, so Beljanica, 1339 meters, quite a lot. And now we're descending down. So now from this point we're gonna turn right and continue until the Veliki Buk waterfall. So we found the path, so let's go down. So it's incredible how windy it was up there and also cold, and now it's so much more warmer here. So hopefully we're gonna get to some water source soon, and then we're gonna cook it. So here we're getting the view again overlooking the Kuchai mountains, and in the distance we should be able to see the Rtan mountain, 1565 meters, which is the shape of the pyramid. And I think we can see a little features there in the distance, but in the camera it's hard to capture. At this point the path starts going on the right down, steep into the forest. And even though the beginning was not marked very well, it was easy to overlook the sign that was going on the right. Now we have a lot of signs on the trees, and the path is really nice as well. And now we got out to this overgrown bushy area, so it just goes to show how the Serbian culture is not really into hiking. We didn't meet any hikers today, and it's Sunday where the most people have a free. This is the most popular hill in these mountains, but I guess if we saw a car earlier today, if you can get out there with a car, why would they bother going up here walking? But that's why hiking paths in Serbia are often overgrown or marked pretty badly. Here we got to this open area, and we got a first view of the Beljanica cliffs that we saw from the drone. And here we met a group of people going up the mountain still, so at least there was somebody here today. So now we are walking on the ridge of this foresty hill, and we should be able to see Beljanica from here, but we can't see anything because this forest is too thick. And I see on the map there should be a river down in the valley on the right side, so there could be a chance to fill our water and have a lunch there. But I don't know when it's gonna start descending because we don't have this spot on maps.me. And sure enough, in few minutes my assumptions came true, so the path started going steep down on the right towards the river. So we're still heading down this forest here, and we have no views. It's almost 1:45, so we have 15 minutes, and then we're probably gonna just stop somewhere and have lunch, as we have some water still here left for cooking. And then we're just gonna find water for drinking later on, as we see the big river is just over there on the right. But if we get in 15 minutes to the river, then that'll be even better because we could just wash dishes there. So So at this point Sanya was going a little bit slower because her legs are pretty tired from this steep descent. For me it was still okay because I have a more hiking background of going downhill, and I'm also a long distance runner, so I can take this impact, but Sanya is not used to such a big impact for such a long time. Here I carved some vegan message into the trees, both in English and Serbian. So for people comparing trees to animals, tell me next time when the tree is trying to run away when you cut into it. And just because trees don't feel pain doesn't mean we should cut them like no tomorrow, because they're crucial for healthy environment and they're home to many wild animals. Alright, it's 2:10 and we just got out on some fieldy and bushy area. We're still going downhill, so whenever we find some flat road we're gonna stop and have a lunch. I think just down here. And now we're also gonna see the Beljanica on the right.
Well, we fell apart just in time. You say at least it was worth the try. It was worth the try. At least it was worth the try.
Okay, here we got to the crossroad. We connected from this spot on the right and we connected to this bigger road. We're probably gonna lead all the way till the end. And even though there is no stream here, we're just gonna have lunch here and use the water that we have. Alright, so we just finished cooking some rice and here it is. It's with the soup. Sanya is gonna put hers in there. We're gonna mix it with beans as well. So it's 3 o'clock, we're just gonna eat the lunch and some barefoot finally after long hiking. Okay, it's 3:34 and we're leaving this place. We packed everything and we're just checking around if we didn't forget something. It seems like we got everything. So we got 2 more hours still down according to the map, and it should be all through the woods, and there should be also water to be filled because we ran out of water almost, but we have water filters, so we just need any stream and we're good.
At least it was worth a try. At least it was worth a try.
So here you can see how we're descending from Beljanica. We follow the ridge until the forest, and then we're crossing on the ridge of that hill, and then we turn steep on the right, descending steep down into the valley until that crossroad where we had lunch. And here we saw a little snake in the middle of the road, but when we threw the rock it didn't move, so it was probably dead, it got ran over by something. So most snakes usually run away when they hear you, but I had few instances when a live snake was not moving when I was passing and was just waiting there. So my phone ran out of battery, but it's incredible this technology we have today. You have this external charger that you can bring with you and charge your phone anywhere you are. And this one even has the solar panels. So here's another example of bad marking. We just came from this way, but if you were coming from this side, you would not know which way to go because there are no markings. So I don't know who is making these markings, but you know, they're making it so bad that when it's the most important there are no markings, and when it's really obvious there are plenty of them. We got to some well by the side of the road, but we're not gonna drink from it because we see that the stream should not be far away from here. So here we got to some signs that say that 150 meters there should be some viewpoint, so it's not far away. We're gonna check it out. So after 150 meters we just got to this house, but we don't see any viewpoint here. There is just a Serbian flag, but there is a path that continues more, so we're gonna try to go there. And in a few minutes we got to this viewpoint overlooking this canyon with the Serbian flag again. So it's pretty amazing, and we're gonna take some pictures here. So it's 4:30, and as you can see, Sanya had enough. It's too much impact going down the hill so much, and it becomes pretty boring to walk on such a big road for such a long time. So next time if I were to do this loop again, I would definitely go on a mountain bike, as most of the time you're going on a big road like this. And here we finally got to some spring, so we're gonna fill up all our bottles and drink enough water, even though we don't have that much more to go till the end. have about an hour till the end, and now when there is no need for water, we have a river flowing just by the road. And here I took Sanya's backpack so she doesn't have to struggle so much till the end. So it's almost 5:30 and we have about, I think, 700 meters till the main road. So about 10 minutes of walking, and from there it should be, they should come for us. So almost finished this journey. It's been a great journey, but I would not do this same hike probably just like this. I would take mountain bikes here and do it in one day, which is possible. Like, you can get down in maybe even less than 1 hour if you go really fast on a mountain bike here. So most of the time you go on a road like this, as you saw, which is not very interesting, you know, but there's some nice views from up there. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this hike, and we also enjoy camping and getting out of the comfort zone. So our next goal is to hike up Rtan, which is even higher, like 1,600 meters, and the hill looks like a pyramid. So that's next where we want to go, and maybe we're gonna even camp there. So who knows when we're gonna do it, but maybe even this spring. But as you saw, I was cold at night there in the tent, and it's still only September. So if we're gonna do hike like this again, I will definitely have to buy new sleeping bags there until, you know, minus or something, or like at least 0 degrees, because at night, you know, it got to like almost 5 degrees Celsius, which is not comfortable in our sleeping bags. So let's do for the waterfall. Here we got the view of some other cliffs which are called red rocks, and they're popular for climbers. Okay, so it's 5:38 and we finally connected to the main road for cars that goes to the Beljanica waterfall. So it took us around 4.5 hours of descent all the way from Beljanica, so half an hour more than we expected. Now we just have 700 meters to the waterfall. And when I look back at the road where we came from, I just wanted to see if I would knew where to go if I was to do this hike from this other side, but I don't see any signs showing that this is the way to Beljanica. Nothing, not even those red and white signs. So I don't know if this is some business somebody made as a guiding tour, that they removed all the signs, but this is so bad. As you see what I was talking about, when there is a need for signs, there is not any. So we got to some restaurant and some recreational area, and here we see the more cliffs, and there in the distance in the middle we see a Beljanica finally. So that's where we've been, on the top, so quite a long way away from here. And And here is a map showing the path around this nature area and how to get to the waterfall. But first we have to wait for Sanya's parents. Here we're getting down to the waterfall, and they also build a restaurant here, so it's great that instead of charging they just make people to eat at a restaurant here. It would be also great if they can serve vegan food there. Further downstream from the spring Veliko Varelo is the waterfall Scenic. For its hydrations in water and beauty, it is one of the best known and most significant accumulative winter waterfalls in Serbia. And here we walked for a few minutes towards the spring of the river where the waterfall is coming from, but there was not much water coming from here. And they said when there is a lot of water here, it looks really nice, like another waterfall, but now it's more like a dry season in autumn, so there is not much water here. This is how the proper business should be done to build some accommodations like this and not charge money for nature like it was the case in South America. Alright guys, thanks for watching this amazing adventure on Beljanica mountains. We really got out of the comfort zone with the wild camping, and it was a tough hike, especially downhill for Sanya. I would definitely recommend going to Beljanica. It's really nice nature, but for next time I would go there with the mountain bikes. It would be much easier downhill and more adventurous. So stay tuned for more adventures like this. And as always, stay healthy
And stay adventurous!